we go, everybody. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
در دقایق اخیر خبرگزاری‌های ایران به نقل از پزشکی قانونی گزارش کردند که بر پیکر مهسا امینی نشانی از ضرب و جرح و کوفتگی دیده نشده و او در سال 86 جراحی مغز داشته. اما پدر او روایت دیگری دارد. مرگش جرقه آتش اعتراضاتی شد که موجودیت جمهوری اسلامی را به لرزه انداخت. نام و عکسش نمادی شد برای اعتراض علیه بیش از 40 سال سرکوب زنان توسط جمهوری اسلامی. خشمی 40 ساله که در مشت‌های گره کرده و فریادهای 20 ساله ها تبلور یافته. پدر مهسا امینی روی خط تلفن با ماست. آقای امینی، تسلیت بهتون میگم از دست دادن دخترتون رو. خوش آمدید به برنامه. ابتدا میخوام بدونم که نظر شما راجع به این بیانیه چیه؟ میگن که پزشکی قانونی گفته که دختر شما کتک نخورده و در گذشته جراحی مغز کرده.
این یه دروغه. فیلمی هم که به من نشون دادن داخل، من اونجا یه فیلم کوتاهی بهم نشون دادن، همش سانسور شده، اصلا هیچ چیزی رو مشخص نمی‌کرد، اصلا معلوم نبود این فیلم از کجا درسته.
آقای امینی دارین صدای من رو؟
به چی بگم؟
آقای امینی صداتون رو یه لحظه از دست فکر می‌کنین چی شده دقیقاً؟ شما خودتون فکر می‌کنین چه اتفاقی افتاد دقیقاً؟
من میگم دختر من
Give me a thumbs up, Rana, that you can hear.
فکر می‌کنم اشکال داره، اینترنت مسئله داره متاسفانه و به نظر میاد که دارن تلاش میکنن.
بابا راست بگو، حقیقت بگو.
فکر می‌کنید حقیقت چیه آقای امینی؟
والله حقیقت اینه.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Lovely, good stuff. Well done.
Especially for this video, yes.
Sorry?
This video, yes.
That was the toughest interview of my entire career. We didn't know that we were going to get him. I had no idea that we might get him. So just literally 5 seconds before the interview, the producer shouted in my ear saying that we have Mahsa's father on the line. I just didn't know what to tell him. What do you tell someone who spent all his life raising his daughter to the age of 22, and now she's gone? Just over. Just for nothing.
So we need to choreograph it a bit.
Yeah. So we are getting ready for our live at 12:30, which on normal days I go downstairs to BBC World Studio. But today, because it's Iran special, we are going to do it from our 5th floor to show how the Persian service is working.
But it'd be good to do a quick rehearsal of what you...
It's exactly 4 weeks ago today, Mahsa Amini died. So the BBC is doing an Iran special, and there's a live page on the website, and all the TV bulletins are covering it. Radio is having a special program as well, and that means we've started from 6:30 this morning. So it's going to be a long day. So nobody here has any problems.
The harassments that our Iranian colleagues and their families in Iran have had to deal with in the last few years.
That line don't want to be seen.
So it's completely voluntary for colleagues who wish to be on screen and who do not.
Okay, so when we are live, we can ask them to get out of the shot for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay, shall we rehearse it? Yes.
Whether they'll go ahead with the Iran special program or not, I don't know.
It's really, really, really annoying. We just heard that the Chancellor of Exchequer, Hossein Koteng, is gone. sacked.
Okay.
And now the whole Iran special could be up in the air. And it's so frustrating because it's our story. So we're now worried that they might not come to us, this is a bigger story.
Okay.
Yeah. The country is in a crisis. I understand it, but as an Iranian who feels so close to the story, it's awful, awful. But we will keep fighting. The story is not going away.
Do you think the BBC managerial team always making the right call?
There are times that the staff are pushing for more coverage and the staff wants to do more and stay on air, and they say no, or maybe it's not important enough. So no, we don't always get it right. Of course we don't. Who does? Who does? And because I'm just a presenter, I'm not a decision maker, I find it so frustrating.
I mean, judging by what she said there, it's still a goer.
One Focus Vision Mix Cube.
And in their fight, they're ready to sacrifice their lives. And that's the difference between what we're seeing on the streets now than what we saw in previous protests. Thank you. Are you done with us?
How are you feeling now?
It's big for the BBC to dedicate an entire hour to Iran. It's big. And they're finally in tune with the gravity of the stories and how my colleagues in the Persian service were the force behind it. From the moment it started, we just went to English editors and we showed them on our phone saying that this is important. And they said, we're going to put it on air. And eventually for them, 4 weeks after the protest, to dedicate an entire hour to the story, it's a very important moment. Thank you very much. I think we are done.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for today.
Oh, thank you.
We had a fish in our ponds, so we have to remove the pond. We realized, oh my gosh, there is how many fishes we had?
It was 3.
Oh, ooh. I think that bird with the long legs eat them. Yeah. This is a beautiful, beautiful park, and we used to come with my wife a lot. Yeah.
Assault on the Iranian parliament. Many of the gunmen were airmen and soldiers who'd broken their oath of allegiance to the Shah and formed up under the banner of the Ayatollah Khomeini.
I was very young when the revolution happened. I vividly remember when Ayatollah Khomeini actually consolidated his power. He imposed Islamic rule and he wanted to have an Islamic state. And women have to cover. My sisters has to cover up and go to school, something unseen before. My daughter asked me a lot of time, can you go home? I think like many Iranians, I really hope Iran become a place, an environment created in the country, which I can go home. I can go home and show, my parents never had a chance to see my daughter. I used to go to front line in Syria, in Iraq. I would stay for months. But, you know, my wife got cancer and she passed away. From the day she got cancer, I realized I was hit. Oh my gosh, if something happened to my wife, and if something happened to me, my daughter wouldn't have anyone. So I have to reduce my assignment to a conflict zone. That's why if I go to Berlin, if I go to other places, and come back by the end of the day or the next day maximum, or a few days.
But that's very short.
Very short? I mean, sometimes we underestimate our children's understanding. On the radio she heard, they said, there was a mass crowd. I said, yeah, this is the 40th day of Mahsa Jina Amini. And he said, Baba, how about Nika? Why they don't have a 40th day for Nika? Nika was another girl, she was killed, she was age 16. You know, some of those stress and pressure indirectly, I'm afraid, is transferred to our children as well. And it's very painful, actually, to see how much they are being affected.
we still didn't make sure the pictures were correct. So we asked Parham to again contact the aunt and ask her, is this video exactly Rika or not?
Her aunt, before she was arrested, she told me that she had seen a video of her, that she was on a dumpster and she was burning her headscarf on Keshavarz Boulevard in Tehran. But still, because it's from the back, we cannot be 100% sure that this is the same person.
This is a video that they just published, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And this is really difficult because you don't see much of her face.
The clothes she's wearing.
She called one of her friends and said that she was being chased by the security police. But in here you see that it's as if she's taking a stroll on the street and she looks pretty relaxed. Exactly.
And she's not even running away from anything.
But I feel that there are still some concerns for security reasons, but I'm trying to find the mother because I think that is the most reliable source. I'm trying to contact her.
Today, most likely it will be the largest gathering of Iranian diaspora because so many people from different walks of life, different political divides, different ethnicities, regional, all gather together in one voice supposed to support Iran protests. But we have been under attack from so many different directions. And I, for one, I have no fear of anything. You saw, we just entered the airport, people come greet me and hold back. They want to take a picture. But in a large crowd and riot, normally you just need one person punch through a punch. There will be many follow. Many people, I think, are students. They go back to Iran. They don't want to be seen on camera.
احساس هم بیان میکنم. ممنونم. من میدونی که پدر 4 جان باخته هواپیمای اوکراین هستم.
میتونی بری ایران؟ رفتی ایران؟
من از ایران آمدم برمیگردم.
مشکلی برات نمیشه حرف بزنی؟
دیگه وقتی 4 تا عزیزم از دست دادم چه کار میخواد بکنم؟
دست همو بگیرید لطفاً.
من مرده متحرکم. مرده متحرکم.
آقا صادقی بیاین اینجا.
What was his story? Look, there was a Ukrainian flight shut down by Iranian Revolutionary Guard. So the other family, he was saying, your report has a humanity in it. We love you. You are one of the... Anyway, sorry, I don't have to say what he says, but it's more of a gratitude because at the time, actually, I produced that report. My own wife was on the verge of death. Actually, as a matter of fact, a day later, she died. But I think at that moment, I could feel their pain. I knew what does it mean you lose loved one. I think it came across. And we say it in old saying in Persian, we say whatever comes from heart, land on the heart. So I think so many people are like that. They know if there is any sincerity with it. بذار اولین سوال رو با این شروع کنم. این اولین در اروپا است و یک گردهمایی بسیار بسیار بزرگ 20 سابقه هم تو تورنتو داشتیم. هدف از این برگزاری این گونه گردهمایی چیه؟
امید داشتن به تغییر، امید داشتن به اینکه جمهوری اسلامی
الله خمینی هستی هر کی بود
آیت الله من بودم
تو منو میشناسی باشه تو منو میشناسی
من بودم میگفتم
منو میشناسی تو
برای چی باید بشناسم
من جیار گلم میدونی چند عضو خانواده من زندانه الان میدونی من
برای کی نیست برای همه هست
خب چرا به من میگه آیت الله
برای اینکه برای کاری میکنی
من
آقای مهاجرانی رو میاری تو شبکت
تو منو میشناسی
شما خوبی هستی ولی آیت الله BBC رو ول کن واقعا یه آبروی
شما
یک طوری مالکی
اصلا چه ربطی داره شما چرا از دیروز این بزرگترین تجمع ایرانیان توی اروپا چرا باید BBC بهش نپردازه
میدونی چند تا تیم اینجا اصلا
ربطی به اون تیم نداره چرا از صبح شد برای اینکه شما نمیخواد اینجا شلوغ بشه نمیخواد بیاد
It must be very frustrating to see. Oh, absolutely. I think what's happening here, quite honest with you, it
Hello. Please do come in.
Thank you.
از آسانسور اومدی یا پله؟
آسانسور.
بزرگترین مشکل من در اینجور مواقع بعد از مرگ اونقدر نیست که قبلشه. یعنی که من دائم دارم به خودم میگم که اونجا نبودم وقتی احتیاج بود. کشنده است دیگه. یه لحظه های یه دفعه دیگه نمیتونی. من که خیلی اتفاق این تراژدی بوده برای ما خیلی سنگینه دیگه.
یعنی این حسی که تو داری که فکر میکنی که چرا من نبودم چه بسا حتی اگه در تهرانم بودی نمیرسیدی اون ساعت بهش.
و فکر میکردم BBC جایی که میشه این کار کرد. تمام این سالا هم هنوزم افتخار میکنم از این کاری که در BBC کردم نه اینکه فکر کنی که به این افتخار نمی. ولی فکر میکنم من اجازه نداشتم برای کل خانواده‌ام چنین تصمیمی بگیرم. تصمیم من بود. من تصمیم گرفتم. خیلی پریشب یه دفعه احساس کردم که تمام زندگیم تبدیل به گذشته شد. تا بابام بود همه چیز حال بود. یه دفعه همه چیز تبدیل به گذشته شد. و اینکه تو نمیتونی هیچ وقت. برای من ایران یه مکان نیست، برای من مکان و زمان گذشته است. همه چیش از بین رفته انگار در زندگی من.
دیگه حتی بعد مرگ منم نمیتونی.
نه به نظرم ویدیو
ببین این ویدیوی نیکا رو من دارم نگاه میکنم. تو این در جریان ویتنسه بودی؟ آی ویتنس دی؟
ما ولی یه آی ویتنسی داشتیم اون شب
همونا رو
همون دیگه گفتش که توضیح میده که میخوام با 2-3 تا دیگه از دوستاش بود پرید روی سطح رو سریش هم داشت تکون.
این همون حرفی که خالش هم میگه دیگه رو سریاش. ببین چتریش میخوره. We verified this place. فهمیدیم که اینجا همون یه جایی از کوچه‌های بلوار کشاورزه. So we have 3 people confirming the action.
IRIB Iranian State TV published a video of her going inside into a building. Then later on when I talked to the family, I managed to talk to the mother. She confirmed that this footage was the correct one, so this is Nika. And the other footage, she was like, I'm extremely doubtful. I think that is not Nika at all. That's, they faked it, or it might have been someone else. It might have been an actress or something. So Atesh, Nika Shakarami's aunt, is right now detained, and I obtained this from another source close to the family. And it's addressing Khorramabad Cemetery, where she was supposed to be buried. And in this letter, it mentions the reason for Nika Shakarami's death. It says severe blows of hard object to her body. So I just called Tehran's cemetery, and the person who picked up the phone confirmed that this person works there, and this is his title. He's in charge of this department in Tehran's cemetery, so we can be sure that this is quite accurate.
خب اجازه داد استفاده کنیم از صداش؟ پس بریم که منتشر کنیم. It's like pieces of puzzles we have to put together to have a correct pictures. So, and the verification sometimes it's not possible. People covering their faces, the quality is bad. That's why sometimes BBC Persian publish news later than other outlets, because we have to completely make sure editorially that what we're publishing is correct. Yeah.
She's singing. Here you can see.
I've cut my bereavement leave short to come back and do some shifts as we are short of staff after what happened to Rana. Although I'm not really feeling myself and I'm not feeling well, but this is what we do. We have to cover for each other because at the moment we can't really stop. This is the most important period since we started.
What do you think happened to Rana?
The tape was just put together in a way to ruin Rana. That's the only way that I can interpret that. And she worked for 15 years in front of the camera, and she said whatever she said in front of the camera, and people just cancelled all those years. Being in that position is always very difficult, and I can really feel for Rana, and that really saddened me.
Thank you. We'll be coming back to you again shortly.
Myself, I was targeted with this kind of things for years and years. If I can go through the headlines, that would be nice. Like they brought my writings of like 25 years ago, and I explained about it, but it went kind of viral and they kind of tried to ruin me as well. Working for the BBC, you can't be just one person. You are part of a very bigger picture than your own face, and your face belongs to the BBC. Me, Rana, we are made with the BBC's brand.
ادامه اعتراضهای سراسری زیر فشار سرکوب معترضان در ایران.
That's why we can't really talk about it and just let the BBC take charge, and that's what we are trying to do.